All right. So let's see if this works. Should work. Okay. So I know the audio and the quality is pretty mid, but I got no other chance to record this, so we'll go with this for now, and then I'll try to find another way. But yeah, I'm gonna go over today's market and today's trade, and I hope you find something useful in it. So let's start on the higher time frame, and especially Paul mentioned it. We had these two highs, relative equal highs. We had the daily gap up here, and we had all these lows. So on FOMC, he mentioned he wanted to see either one of them taken out. We actually got that on FOMC, and we got the lows today during Asia. As you can see, open, straight up dump. Same thing on yes. Was pretty surprising for me actually. I still wanted to see this gap for quite some time now, but it is what it is. And then a little retrace after to the open, same thing right here, into premium of the range. And yeah, let's go lower on the time frame. Same thing here. You can actually see they move pretty much in sync. I mean, ES was the stronger asset today overall. Um, yeah, so we had market open and we completely dumped, not respecting the wick theory we had here on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. We actually held maybe this 15 minute or a 5 minute one. Regardless of that, I wanted to see this low being swept. We didn't get it. We left it behind, which in this case is still valid because we have S&T. Could have been better, but whatever. We need to work with what we got. So after we saw that and we saw 10 a.m. open up, we swept the previous hourly low. Same thing right here. So no internal S&T, just the external one. And then delivery to the upside. I think Kieran mentioned it. There was an inversion to take or something like that. You could have gotten into longs. This was not something I like to trade, or there wasn't anything for me to trade. Both wick theories failed, no entry trigger there, so I just skipped that completely. Then we had this move up into premium of the range again. On the 5 minute, it got disrespected. Same thing on the 1 minute, I think. But on the 15 minutes, we held OTE. We wicked it. We had a gap right there, and yeah, that's where we delivered lower from again. So let's get to the actual trade that I took today. This was like the only clean thing I saw to actually take. Maybe later there was something else, but I got off, so I'm not gonna talk about that. Here it was there was no really good entry standing out for me to take to actually deliver lower. It made sense to reject to see price move lower to rebalance the range, but there was nothing I would have liked to take. I pretty much marked this range right here on the higher time frame. Was expecting price to draw to through the open. I know a lot of you guys actually TP shorts there. It also was discount of this leg up, so that was pretty good. On the higher time frame, we had a 5 minute inversion gap and a 5 minute gap right here. So two confluences stacked on top of each other, with price being below through the open, with OTE right here, with some tiny ass NDOG, I believe, from a couple of days ago. So a lot of stacked confluences for the trade. and I was pretty aggressive with it. Like the moment we saw this straight flush and an entry trigger right here, I pretty much moved my limit order on here, got filled a little bit lower, I think, something like that. I had a 15 to 16 point stop. And then I moved to break even once we traded into this gap and into the open. That was my break even point. And then pretty much let it run to the beginning of this week. And I TP'd even, I think, a little bit earlier. I didn't get my TP here on the hourly open. I got it right here on this candle. You can check that in executions. But yeah, I wanted a small retracement trade higher, simply because we still have these lows left. I didn't want to risk it to just price retracing, tapping something and then delivering to the lows. I wanted my little piece of it, and I got it. And you can also see right here on ES, we tapped the top side or like the upper part of an end dog. We had a gap right here. And what's important to note, um, this is why you should always have ES on your chart to actually see how ES itself behaves. You can see ES looks stronger because it retraced slower. We did get the big drop right here, but I think we mitigated CE only. I don't think we tapped LTE off this. Not sure though. No, we didn't tap OTE. You can see it right here. NQ retraced a lot further than ES. And when ES starts to move, ES is actually the one dragging NQ with it. Like ES moves with a lot more volume behind it, so ES is the leading asset most of the time. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Other than that, you can see we actually delivered higher later. This was also, I think, a valid 5-minute wick theory. You could have maybe retaken this rejection block, although pretty risky with, yeah, wouldn't have gotten stopped, but yeah. And I think a few people took an entry right here. It was talked about in chat. So it gave a few possibilities to trade it higher to the draw, and you can see we delivered. And yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. I'll give an outlook or I'll give my opinion about this big AMWOG and structure tomorrow. I'll let it play out during London and Asia. And then I'll let you guys know what I think about it. I still think the draw is this gap, but I mean, I've been wanting that for a couple of days now and we never really got it. So I guess we'll see what the market provides. Same thing right here on ES. We do have, no, fuck the chart. We are pretty close to all-time high. We swept quite a few highs right here, but in my opinion, this is set up to deliver to the high, probably making an S&T with NQ, and then yeah, we'll go from there and see how it goes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you found it insightful. In case there is any questions, ping me in chat, and I'll try my best to answer.